Hello, hello. Welcome back to Yoga with Paige, bathroom style. No, but real talk, sometimes you're in the bathroom and things just don't want to move, right? So today we are going to go through a few simple movements to help ease your digestive system, get things flowing. This is not gross. It is pure body science. These movements seriously work. I actually take most of these, every morning. So whenever you're ready, we can quickly dive in. I'm just going to explain to you a few of the movements that you can take in the morning. So this is not a full yoga practice on the potty, but this is for your knowledge and your brain so that you can use every morning or anytime you're sitting here and things are just a little stuck. So first things first, you're here, right? Hopefully with the lid open. Your feet are on the ground, okay? So notice the angle of your hips and your knees. They may be in line. Your knees may be a little bit lower than your hips, depending on what sort of toilet situation you got going on. So this first thing, I actually naturally started taking this years ago, and it really, really helps me. Putting your feet up on an elevated surface. So I'm using 2 yoga blocks here. If you have those, you can use those. Think Squatty potty. You've probably heard of the Squatty potty, and it is a tiny little stool on the bottom that goes in front of your toilet, simply to place your feet on to elevate your knees. So once your knees are elevated higher than your hips, it helps to straighten out the colon, get things going. So what I do, I use my other bathroom most times. I have a wall right in front of the toilet, and I place my feet on this wall. So I sit kind of high, my knees are bent, and it definitely elevates your knees a little bit higher than your hips. So take that, use that how you will, use the wall in front of you, use a little step stool if you have it, or some yoga blocks to elevate your knees. And then we can take away our little prop here. And sitting up nice and tall, take a big breath in. And as you exhale, slowly start to lean forward. So this is going to be like a seated forward fold. So when we're talking about the intestines, a lot of times compressing the lower abdomen helps. So leaning forward, letting your belly become big, taking big breaths. This will help naturally move things through. And we can stay here for a few breaths. You can even kind of lower yourself down a little bit, maybe rock a little side to side, give your lower abdomen the little massage that it needs, and let your body kind of relax here. Try to relax as much as possible. That is another tip that I have. The more you try to force anything out, right, the more you're constricting all of your muscles and your blood flow. So the more we can relax, maybe if you need to get up a few minutes earlier to give yourself more time, try that. We want to relax everything, breathe naturally, let it all go so it can naturally flow. And then that brings us into a little bit of a twist. So we've done the compression, we've elevated the legs. Our next tip or our next movement we can try is a slight twist. So depending on your situation, you can use a wall, anything near you. Maybe you plant your hand on the opposite knee and just gently find a little bit of a twist. This does not have to be super big. In fact, it probably should be just a little bit small. So no force, just wringing out through the intestines. Maybe you kind of move back and forth through these a few times. And coming back to center, our next thing is a tiny little belly massage. This is another one that I do probably the most. I would say feet up, knees up, compression, and the little massage. Honestly, the massage usually does the trick for me. I would love to know if you try these, what does the trick for you? So you can really massage your belly in any way possible that feels good if you kind of just want to do a little something like this. Otherwise, if you want to trace the pattern of your colon, starting on the right side. And just gently, a few little fingertips, just a little bit of pressure going up, going around, and going down, just in little circles. So you're just gently massaging your colon, your intestines, your internal organs, remembering to breathe and allow the process to unfold as it will. And at this moment, we are going to transition up off the toilet. So this can be an extra movement before you get on the toilet or after if you need some extra help. So get up. So once you're up off the toilet, our next position is like a modified kind of forward fold. So placing your hands on a countertop or the wall, bending the knees, letting the chest and the belly drop forward as you make sure the belly is nice and round and big. And you breathe easy here. So this is another decompression / compression of the belly. This should help eliminate things a little bit better. Trying to relax and take a few breaths. And now I have one last tip for you. If none of these other things have worked, this one might. We are going on a walk. So if none of those other tips helped you, movement, walking especially, really kind of moves everything around. So typically, I take a short little walk as I'm walking my dog in the morning before I even attempt any of those other movements. Half the time, it gets things moving around just enough to help my body's natural process. And I suggest if nothing else is working for you, make sure you're drinking a decent amount of water, right? Especially if you're having coffee. Coffee can constrict your blood vessels and kind of cramp everything up. Even though it helps you go, it may also be hurting you. Drink plenty of fluids and maybe take just a 5-minute walk around the block, right? Get some fresh air, big deep breath, and hopefully that helps. So there you go, my friend, a quick little yoga session, a few moves to help your body move itself along. Our bodies are amazing. These processes happen naturally, but sometimes you may need a little extra help, okay? Totally normal, nothing to be ashamed of. It's not gross. Your body is doing what it needs to do, and if it needs a little help, here we go. And if you want a longer session or a longer practice, check out my gas bloat relief playlist for longer, fuller yoga flows to help you release trapped, stuck gas, burps, farts, toots, whatever you want to call them. Let it all go. So until next time, thank you for joining me here, and I hope some of these tips and movements were helpful to you. I would love to know your experience and your thoughts in the comments below. And I'll see you next time.